Greetings Marines, Foyth here, and about 2 days ago we got new information in gameplay for Alien Rogue Incursion. We found out who the protagonist will be and saw some of what the game should look like upon release. I didn't have time to make this video earlier because I was bogged down in work, but I thought we'd take some time to watch the trailer together and then discuss what's in it and brainstorm a bit about the expected quality of the overall project. Let's get to it.
There's no easy way to say this. I found exactly what I was looking for on Protagonist. Full-blown infestation. Everyone is dead. And soon, that number is gonna include me. I got careless and infected. It's in your hands now. I want you to know that I never gave up. Never stopped fighting. Even after those things, not once did I bow my head. By the time you hear this, I will have carved my name on the surface of this planet with a smoking crater. Zula Hendrix, signing off.
So what are we looking at here? As you probably know, Alien Rogue Incursion is gonna be a VR only game. It's currently planned for Meta Quest and for the PlayStation VR 2, that's the PlayStation 5 VR headset. That peripheral didn't go anywhere. And Meta Quest, I suppose there is a certain demographic using it, but it is not the most widespread peripheral either. I think what they're trying to do here is push a game from a big IP for the technology, and it wasn't like they wanted to exactly make this game and the technology happened to be available, because if you have a piece of tech in your hands that dust is gathering on top of, you will want to capitalize on its existence so people will buy your next product or even the current one if they have it already. It's a very corpo move and it's gonna put many people off. Generally, VR games don't have a really good record. We get a couple of them a year, they're kinda so-so, nobody cares. I can think of very few exceptions to the rule of bad VR, but having more choices when it comes to products is generally good for the consumer. So if they're capitalizing on a beloved license in order to get a good product out there, I am all for it. The protagonist is Zula Hendrix. It's an African-American Marine, I suppose. She's mentioned in the expanded lore. I don't know much about her. I never stumbled upon any media containing mentions of her name or her adventures or whatever. But the nature of her protagonist doesn't really concern me as much as what I'm seeing when it comes to the gameplay. Now, the game doesn't really look that hot. It's coming out for modern VR systems, but it looks kinda dated. I wouldn't even compare this to Isolation. I know VR has its restrictions, but if the last first-person game we saw in this IP is Isolation, and that was 10 years ago, literally, I think they could have made something maybe a tad more conventional, but better suited to the scale of Alien than banking everything on VR and making the compromises necessary in order for this thing to run. I don't think it looks that good compared to Half-Life Alyx, for example, but I don't want to be overly critical. What I can perceive already is that the sound design is going to be decent, voice acting seems to be decent. I don't know what kind of storyline it will follow. It's probably a lone marine left behind in a scenario where chances of survival are pretty slim, and as the character herself says, I don't think anyone's coming for me, I'm gonna keep fighting until the bitter end. Pretty badass stuff as we are used to seeing Marines perform and operate. Apart from that, there's not really much we can say. It's still quite early. It'll be out much later this year. We don't have a definitive date yet, and as I said, you need to have appropriate hardware in order to run this thing. PSVR 2 right now goes for 600 euros, and when it comes to MetaQuest, I think it will be compatible only with the latest model. It's gonna be an expense you're gonna have to deal with if you want to experience this. If you're asking me, I'll do my damn best to play this, stream this, so you can have a look at it and make an informed decision, and I will be relaying all information I find to you as soon as I find it. So guys, I wanna know your thoughts on this. I know there is a small amount of people that are very excited because they're all about VR, but for the vast majority I think it's gonna be a kick in the quad. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell, and until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!